guys, welcome back to D&D with Filthy and Friends. Everyone's here this week. Everyone's alive for the moment. Quick recap of... Oh, let me do introductions. I do get ahead of myself sometimes. All right, joined today by our regular cast. Adam from Altf Four Gaming, both YouTube and Twitch channels. As I found out today about the Twitch channel, very sneaky, Adam. Talking about what's going on in the campaign, DMing, talking about specifically stealing my spell slot. I learned a lot from tuning in as an anonymous viewer. I enjoyed that immensely. You guys should check it out. Steve from JoINrbs Twitch and YouTube. Dolphin from DolphinChemist Twitch. And Kevin from I'm about to contact your wife to get that title. That's now on my to-do list. So,
yes.
All right.
Kevin, husband of wife.
Kevin, husband of wife is going to be a good fucking title. That's the working title until I ask her.
You know, almost anything she gives you, you're going to be unable to say on this stream.
That's not true. My stream is adult. I have specifically taken the cost of viewers to make sure that my content is flagged as mature content so I can say whatever the fuck I like. So, not true. I'm excited to hear what she has to say then.
I could go get her if you'd like.
You want to do this live? Let's do this live.
She'll spontaneously generate my title.
I would like that. If I could call that as an active thing to do, that would be amazing.
On the break, or shall I go?
No,
I'm free right now.
Yeah, same. Got nowhere to be except right here.
Yeah. Well, 1 second then.
All right, perfect. All right, I'll quickly recap. I think, to be fair, we should give her a little bit of build-up time to think of a good one. Maybe we'll get one each week until Kevin comes up with his own. That could be a lot of fun.
He's doing it. He's going.
Of course he is. Oh, man. I love D&D. All right. So, recap while this is happening of last episode. We survived. So far! Exclamation point. Excitement. Yeah. Hey, Katie.
Oh, she's muted. Oh,
Kevin, you've muted her. You're muted, Katie. There you are. There you are. You're good. You're good.
Okay, it's entirely true. It's not like when guys go fishing and say it's this big, okay? That's all I got to say.
It's this big is this title? Kevin, it's this big. Would you like to make the hand motion, or shall we I just keep truncating it every week? It's this big. It's this big. It's this big.
I think truncating is a perfect word. What's the question?
Question was, so every week we do intros, and I introduce people from the channels they're from. So it's Dolphin from DolphinChemist at YouTube or Twitch, whatever. We need one for Kevin every week. We get to and Kevin, and we need the title. So, on air, this is recorded. This week, I thought we'd give it to you because Kevin's refused to come up with his own. So I think each week we could just ask you, Katie, what would it be this week?
This is great. Thanks for the heads up, guys.
I was gonna text you, but Kevin's like, I could get her right now. I'm like, perfect.
Okay.
I love it.
I have to be totally appropriate, right? Like PG.
No, I'm not a PG channel.
I always introduce him as Kevin, Lord and Master of the Dragon Thundercock.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. I don't know if I can introduce him that way. I'm not sure that's a title that's appropriate for...
That's what I just asked.
No, not for the channel. I just don't know that I'm comfortable with that kind of relationship with Kevin.
Oh, I understand.
All right.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you, Katie. All right. I can't decide if this was a wonderful...
We need to get Kevin an appropriate weapon or ability now.
Yes, he needs to get a dragon cock as like a bludgeon.
Yes.
All right.
Is that like a whale penis, or are those like...
I don't know. Like, yeah. Are they... I mean, the DM... This is DM questions.
We can just go back down.
We need the lore. We need...
extra survival.
We need the canon now for this. Are dragon cocks retractable, like whale and dolphin penises? And would Lord and Master of the Dragon Cock be something that he worships or something he wields?
Perhaps we should just move on.
No, I think this is
Dungeons and Dragons.
This is the type of conversation you gotta have. You gotta have that ahead of time.
It's like a ruling question more than anything else.
Your title has the word dragon in it. Of course, it's related.
All right, perfect. So, recap of last episode.
I'm looking forward to you having to say that every week from now on, Filthy.
I told you, I'm going to text her each week and get a different title until you come up with one. And I imagine they're going to be equally great. And if I give her a week lead-up time, that was a 10-second lead-up time, right? So
yeah.
I can only imagine what next week's will be. I'm excited. I'm excited about this.
Huh.
All right. So let's get going.
Super excited.
Yeah. So, Adam, are you ready?
survived.
You ready to take over? Yes, we survived. We survived the intro.
We pan across the valley, zooming in very rapidly until we reach a caravan headed to the south.
Oh my
Within the
god, it's a
caravan,
dragon cock.
We see various traders and people clearly of different crafts. These are all obviously civilians. None of them seem combat. There's no guards or anything like that. In the center of this, we see Sniven riding a small mount alongside a large wheeled horse and cart. And as the view moves across the cart, we catch a brief glimpse of a large chest with all the gold that he has been tasked with spending. And we come back to the party recovering in the depths of their current, well, situation after
Success,
surviving.
adventure, conquest.
Situation is utter dominance.
Post-coital.
I only fell down twice in the last fight.
Yeah.
Personal best.
I'll work on that.
All right. So we survived barely. It's cost me 1/3 of my value as a party member, but we made it. What are we? What are we gonna do? I'm for resting. Personally.
We aren't allowed to long rest for another long time, right?
23 hours and 45 minutes, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is week 3, day 2, 11 p.m. or a.m. Hang on. It's a.m.
Well, we are actually technically allowed
Hey.
to long rest.
PM.
Just can't benefit from it.
Right.
I mean,
I could do something off a short
24-hour
rest. I have
dance
one level
party?
4 and no level 3s, and I don't
I
have arcane
have
recovery. But I could do something
absolutely
off a short
nothing.
rest.
yeah.
I can get polymorphed into a great ape and then do some stuff.
I could polymorph. That would be the entire thing that I could do. That
Yeah.
So
I
you're,
have literally 0 spell slots left.
What the fuck was I doing? I
And
seem to
I've
have,
also used my Pearl of Power and my shield.
I seem to have
are
more
you
spots
for
left.
hit dice?
I got plenty of hit dice, baby. Let's
Okay.
roll.
Baby.
That's something.
All right.
I say that in character, and I also get confused about what hit dice are.
Where's our 4th player? Oh, Tim's over there still. Okay. Yeah. I seem to have a fair number of level 1s left. I'm not entirely sure why, though. I feel like I used them last fight. Maybe I didn't.
I would vote, if we're going to explore, I would vote being ready to run the hell away out of this entire thing through the 93 floors that we came in through.
This is the issue, and the cultists are now adapting to us. Like, invading a Borg spaceship, I kind of feel like that same way. Like, initially, very easy. Anything works. Now they keep getting progressively hard. I don't really want to give them time to continue to adapt here.
Well, I got my sweet shield. There's something to be said about just getting the hell out of here and then...
Oh, you think we're good? Apocalypse cult?
Yeah, I mean,
Let's let the world
what
end?
else do we want to go? Do we just keep exploring, right? Because if we keep exploring, that's basically shorthand for a walk around until we get into another fight.
Yeah.
Like, so
But-
I'm a
but-
little concerned about staying here.
But I guess when I weigh the alternatives, you're right. That one doesn't sound amazing. But the other alternative is wait until the apocalypse cult ends the world. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta...
So we've got a couple problems though. One is that fuck, I don't remember what I was gonna say. I got all distracted here.
Oh, I got
Three
one problem
problems.
here.
We
That's
got
a
a
couple
third
more
one.
problems.
The third problem is that
Short-term memory loss creeps up
Short-term
on
memory
everyone.
from
The bane of all parties.
I look over and I notice a giant dent in Thaddeus'.
it's like adventuring with like Muhammad Ali or something. All of us are just like, whoa, I can barely string together a sentence anymore.
Wow, a couple blows to the head, and Thaddeus is fucking out of it. All right, problem number one.
Yeah, we're so deep. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Aren't we in mostly the air cult region? I mean, weren't these kind of air cultists down here at the pyramid? And
Wait,
stuff,
are you
right?
worried about the depth of penetration, Lord Dragoncock?
stay with me, Filthy.
They're over
If-
the Dragon Corpse.
If we are in the air cultist area and we are being ambushed by fire cultists,
Mhm.
that implies something. Either they are less worried about each other's boundaries and are flinging guys hither and yon, or they're working together and have called in support. I mean,
It could also mean that
is,
it could actually mean that we have disrupted the cult's normal operations enough that their normal borders are no longer something they can enforce and hold. It could be a limitation of manpower rather than a show of strength.
well.
Are you
and-
guys forgetting that we saw the scene, or are you going like really intense meta and pretending that you don't remember the scene?
It's the opposite of
while
meta.
we talk
We're
about it?
playing very deep role players so that we don't know
Very
those
deep
scenes.
opposite meta.
Yeah, this
I
is
Zero
just
level
can't-
0.
Because we did see the air cultist.
We didn't
ask
see
people.
shit.
But okay, so we're actually talking like we've forgotten that we saw
We
that.
have to talk that way. We're not
Well,
allowed to have
we
that
okay,
information.
Forget, but those
That's
little
cool.
guys on our screen,
Yeah.
That was just okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
It was just like mine.
It's only
It was too
meta.
many levels in my brain.
It's
to
only
understand
you're only
what's
allowed to
happening.
do meta on bad jokes. You can't do meta on
Okay.
the story.
Yeah, so for Tim, definitely it looks like there's some sort of power play going on where the fire cult is moving in either against the party or against like the air cult's domain, maybe.
Well,
Yeah.
except
I imagine
they
this is
were-
like a drug turf war, but for who has the rights to preach the apocalypse at each corner of this dungeon.
Yeah.
The problem is they were laying in wait for us. They weren't searching out and destroying cultists and trying
Yeah, they knew
to
we
to
were there.
make their way to some, spot where they could, take out a cult leader or steal their pointy sharp things or something. They were fucking waiting for us. And so that means that whatever this incursion about, it's about us. And they aren't concerned about being in cultist territory.
Yeah,
At least for the
but
fire and
potentially-
air cult. And I believe we already thought they were sort of friendly from the start, right?
Oh, that's true. We did have
Yeah.
some book that said that they were not opposed in any case.
I mean, on some level that matters. On another level, I'm not sure it does. If the cost of us leaving and of waiting is increased fortification, does it matter quite why they're able to do that? Like the relationship there. I mean, are you seeing some way we can take advantage of if we speculate on why they're here as opposed to more water or more air? Does that give us an advantage?
No, I've got it.
Steve,
I've
go
got it.
ahead.
This entire time, bear with, since like week 1, we've been trying to get to the spire. We just cannot find this fucking spire. The DM keeps changing where it is.
Yeah.
We walk past and it looks like it's there, but actually it's underground.
Right.
But here's the thing. We couldn't approach the spire from the front because it could be fortified. Now, we have distracted them by going 3 miles underground, fighting several dragons and stuff beneath the spire. Their fortifications will be looking downward instead of at the front door. We leave, and we just go in the front door of the spire now.
I could one up that though. We
Bingo.
could just go. We could leave, go somewhere that wasn't the spire, and it'd be even less fortified.
Well,
That's true. Like we've never figured out where the fire cult is above ground. We could
that's
try
probably
to.
where the spire is.
No, that's got to be Flappy Cult. We could go
No,
look.
the spire wouldn't be where it says on the map. It would be somewhere else, I think.
Yeah, I also
We could-
agree.
We could go try to find the barbecue cult just by heading off across the countryside, like looking for heat signatures, right?
Was it you last week suggesting that dark vision is essentially heat vision, like infrared? You think we could just like sit out
No,
on like
you know,
a night with good visibility and just scan for thermal sources?
In classic D&D, I think infravision was heat.
Could be.
I think it was. I think that
I guess
you
I don't have the
saw-
same mastery of the rules as you, Kevin. So I suppose it could be.
That's good. That's nice.
He has that dragon mastery.
Yeah.
You know,
He's
you
only
know why I
mastered
don't
one
know
rule.
the rule of Katie.
Oh, I was gonna go with something else, but sure.
Sure. All right. So pragmatically, does any of that fucking matter? Probably not. We need to survive and keep killing things. right?
We could set up camp in here for like a day, hang out with the genie. Maybe he seemed friendly enough.
Kind of chill. Yeah.
And we could try to make some sort of dangerous-looking fortifications in this temple that seemed like unassailable and whatever. Seemed like we were still here and having a presence, and then we could just leave. We could use some sort of magic to make it seem like they were still inhabited, maybe, so the cultists thought we were here, and we could just show up somewhere else.
I feel really dubious about leaving this area. Like we spent so much time and effort to clear this area out so that we can
It's all
finally
connected, right?
be done.
We're gonna come back to it, I'm sure.
Maybe.
See, seems to me that with Tim's tiny hut, we could just hang out somewhere, and even if it's just sitting and listening to him play tambourine for 24 hours.
You say we just sacrifice our sanity for the chance at hit points?
Well, what's our other option then?
God,
Like-
I mean, when you put it that
While
way, that's
everybody's
dire.
debating, I'm gonna say, look how much gold we have.
Nice.
Because I will point out that we're coming up on 5k gold, and I'm gonna take one of the gold pieces out of the bag, and I'm gonna throw it over the waterfall,
What the hell are you doing?
just showing how much gold we have.
Well, we now have one less thanks to that.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
4,999 does not get you the same as 5,000, Dolphin. That was
4,926 instead of 4,927.
Do we hear like an Umber Hulk roar in rage as it lands on its face down there?
I think it would cheer.
No, you,
It's like
you see him do
throwing
a
singles
slightly
at a stripper,
sexy. Yeah, I was
except
gonna
in this
say.
world they're
Umber
heavy
Hulk's
gold
just
coins. I wouldn't mind getting a short rest in and finishing this map at least. There's some area above the market that we haven't
I'll
explored
agree
yet.
with the short rest.
Yeah.
And the big double doors here.
Double the enemies, double the doors.
That's right.
I would definitely like to
Short rest would be
like
really
work
good.
out the rest of the story of this little place.
Yeah, and I mean, and honestly, we have murdered. I mean, this is not a large area. The Somber Hills, like mile wise, like if you look at square mileage, it's not very big. And we have personally, as a party, single-handedly kind of killed about 3 generations worth of people in this area. So it does feel like they must be running out of live bodies to be throwing at us at some point. So I don't know.
That's a good point. Okay, so in order to leave,
What?
what? No.
If we wanted to leave.
If we wanted to leave, when the leaving time occurs,
Sure.
this hallway out to the east, down by the southeast corner.
Yeah.
Now that it doesn't have electrical bolts in it, doesn't that run back
Yes.
to what, our monastery?
No, I think it's the first floor of the water.
Oh,
cult.
first floor of the water cult,
or
which
second
is
floor or something.
Yeah, it's super close to where we want to go anyways.
yeah, that's like
That's pretty solid for us, yeah.
We're a hop, skip, and a jump away from
Although, do we know
out of
if
the
it?
dungeon.
Do we know if this is something that like a defense system that can be turned on and off? Like, are we gonna like run down the corridor and it's like, oh surprise, the lightning's back. So
That's a good point. I was
Well-
thinking I'd send my owl to the southwest. We saw a passage leading upward through there.
yeah,
Like while we're short resting, I could send the owl to go take a look and see if that actually.
yeah, could be good. All right,
well,
so we
even
agreed we're gonna
even
short
if we
rest.
can, even if we can put a exit on the map, even if we can't get through there easily, it'd be nice to know where it exits.
I think you might want to
Yeah.
save that. That's an 8-hour one, right?
Ritual.
Oh, it's a ritual. Okay, so we can.
So I can use this just for a short rest. And everybody who's in it can go in and out. So it's just maybe we
Can we
don't even
see in
need
and
to
out
do
of it?
that right now.
Yeah, it's extraordinary. We can see out, we can cast out. Nothing can cast in, I think.
Can we cast out? Spells and
think
other
so.
magical effects can't extend through the dome where we cast through it. So I assume that's a no.
But we're allowed to move in and out of it freely, so you can
Yeah.
step out of it, cast
Yeah.
a spell.
So it's a
Okay.
dome of force, so it's not like an actual hut.
No. I mean,
Well,
it's like.
mine looks exactly like my stall,
Okay, that's the thing. Can you describe your
like
tiny
the
hut?
shop. Yeah, It looks like my shop.
And you just
So-
step in,
I
and it's
imagine, like,
360-degree fucking Tim's tambourine music when you're in this place. It's the
I
dome of
imagine
insanity.
mismatched wood, like slightly warped with like nails, like every now and then, like not all the way nailed in.
Yeah, just the ones you bend it over and smash
Yeah,
them back
exactly,
into the wood
those
to
two,
like
yeah.
bury the half of the nail. Yeah.
If somebody came to like knock on the front door of this, I would wind down a window like I was in a car and then just hear bone flute and tambourine just blasting.
Yeah. they
Like,
would.
I had no idea how loud that was.
Yeah, pretty
from
much the
outside.
walls of this are perpetually trembling from the fucking base of your
You would see me in the
tambourine.
background just with some of my hair stuffed into my ears.
This is actually what started the apocalypse cult. Was people were standing close to this for extended periods of time and went insane. I could see that.
So I'm going to make my house.
I thought it was
Um,
the molestation of Gar by fish people.
Can I cast blindness, deafness on myself?
Yes.
Yeah.
Deafness
Okay.
might actually be beneficial here.
Yeah. If I upcast
Guidance
it, I
on
can
me,
deafen
too.
a bunch of us.
All right, so
Could
we
use
have
guidance on me
we
too.
have short term. I mean, but what's the length of that? We're going to be in here for 8 hours.
Barbarian, we're under attack.
Yeah, we are. Fine.
What?
All right. All
I
right.
said
Original
barbarian.
blocking.
I think this is just like rest management we can do now. We can rest in a tiny hut and we can leave the tiny hut with detect magic and water walking up.
Yeah.
And we can do that every time if we want.
Yeah.
Just because they're rituals.
Yeah. I suppose the only thing I don't know about, and I suspect is not in our favor, is I suspect that tiny hut can be dispelled.
Only if they can find it.
That's right. If it's a really tiny hut, it may avoid detection.
Well, like we could. I still think the southwest corner of.
Oh, wait a
8
minute.
back
Nothing
there-
passes through it? Does it? Do you think it creates from like a center and pushes out? Could we camp under the water in
I
your tiny
wondered.
hut?
Yeah, I wondered.
Are you
whether
asking
we
me
could-
or are you theory crafting?
I guess both.
Okay.
The inside is comfortable and dry regardless of the weather.
And is
Seems
the
like
bottom
that includes
solid?
a deluge.
Could we cast this over the waterfall?
What?
It's a mobile.
Yeah, I understand. But like if you
What?
made it like the color of the air, cast it over the waterfall, like in space, and we just did a little jump into it.
I'm sorry. What
You
did
want
say?
to flip
The
it upside
colour
down,
of
right? It like a
air?
boat.
What color is air, Filthy?
Well, you
It
just
has
make, does it have to be a specific color? It can't be camouflage color. It can't be like
It can't be the color of a gas, no.
what? Gas can have color.
But we could
Well,
could
again-
cast it. We could cast it at the bottom of this pretty little bayou.
I mean,
No.
I guess you could
Okay.
color it as. Is it?
Look, it's great
solid?
that you guys want to do that. I'm gonna cast it right by the statue guy.
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm gonna
how
roll
about back in
some
8?
dice.
How about back in 8?
I'll cast it back in 8. It's fine. I'll cast it right there.
Poor old Kevin. He's like, if I'm here, I'm just gonna want to explore the hallways on both sides to make sure it's safe.
Well, stand where my thing is pointing and cast tiny house. And you
Alright.
guys have to be next to me when it completes, I think, to be allowed in. So you have like 10 minutes to wander around. But if you're not back in 10 minutes, you're
Well,
not in the
I-
house. I-
Not on the list.
No hut
I
for
don't-
you.
Sure.
And then we have an hour to do whatever, and you can come and go as you please.
All right. Well,
I think we should cast this like before every battle, and if things start to go south, go run and hide in our hut.
yeah.
I mean,
It's a minute cast time,
um,
so it's 10 rounds of combat. But
We'll put a no bad
Oh.
guys allowed sign on it.
well,
Well, no, but like while those guys were standing guard up there, we could have
members
cast
only
this.
on the outside.
Yeah, we could have cast this cool little hut. You can
Yeah.
shoot arrows out through it.
it's absurdly broken and ridiculous, and I don't really want to do that a lot. I'd rather just do it when I'm resting because I think that would be. I don't know. I could do some really interesting things with.
I think the first time you do anything
Change
interesting,
the-
all of those spellcasters we're fighting, one of them is going to dispel it and kill you. So,
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see the enemy in combat cast tiny hut and abuse it the way we're talking about.
yeah. Is this the tiny
Look,
hut?
We've got our hut.
Oh,
Aww.
I think that's too big.
That's
Yeah,
only-
no, I'm trying to
that's-
figure it out. Hang on.
that's
Give me a
his,
second, Stephen.
yeah, that's not
There.
his tiny hut. That's his like summer home.
This is not my beautiful tiny hut.
Yeah.
How did I get here?
No, that's just how big it is.
That's
the
perfect.
size.
Yeah.
But, like, it looks like the stall. If that's what you want, that's
Sure.
fine. The inside can be whatever you like. The outside is what color, Stephen?
The color of air.
It looks like a store. It's allowed to be. Does it have to be only one color?
I think so.
I don't know. It says opaque and of any color. It looks like
describes it as a dome, which is like a geometric shape, right? Which is
Yeah.
like dome is one shape, store is another shape.
Well, I
I
imagine,
don't
like,
get
this-
to.
You could have a
Imagine
repurposed
this
dome.
comes up around you like this, right? And it's quite big because it's a 10-foot radius. So you imagine you're in a big, huge dome, and inside that dome is the store. And
No, here's what I do. I finish casting the dome,
Yeah.
and then this is just instinctual for Tim. He doesn't even mention that he's doing anything, and you guys probably think it's sort of weird, but he doesn't seem to think that at all. He just, once the dome is set up, he goes outside and he starts like adorning it with like Tim's esoteric wonders, like the sign and some trinkets hanging from the thing. And he's got like a framework to sit on top of the dome so he can hang things off it. Like, just sets up the store for the next 10 minutes.
I like to believe that this takes half the short rest to do.
Yeah.
fine, like,
And like
you know,
when he gets
non-stressful activity, right? So he can be doing.
when he gets halfway
No, I'm
through,
just kidding.
like
I love
halfway
that.
through the short rest, he has to begin the breakdown process because it literally takes about a half hour to set it up, about a half hour to break it down.
So he sets it back up, and then he just starts taking it back down.
Yeah, actually, 25 minutes either way leaves him 10 minutes to cast detect
Right.
magic at the end. All right.
Yeah.
So. All right. Perfect.
Okay. You cast Tiny Hut.
Yeah, and I'd like my owl to be flying up that corridor to the southwest, and I want it to just get to the end of the corridor and then come back.
Yeah. You know the downside of this, like this dome, you know, the fact it's a circular shape. Like we could have had our corners. If this was just a hut, like a square hut, we could have like the corners that belong to us. But now, like,
Yeah.
how are we gonna do anything here? Like we have no sense of what space is ours. It's all communal space. Don't like it.
I think
It's all my space, mate.
I think
It's all
we can,
my
I
we
I
can
had
divide it into
deafness
quarters
cast.
like a pie.
yeah, I guess we could. That's true. We could do it. We could.
Get in
Yeah.
your quarter.
I see Thaddeus drawing lines, like, and I go and sit right on the center of the line, which I interpret as the stage, and I begin performing on my bone flute.
Right in the center. You whip out your bow
I
flute.
see.
Awkward.
I'm
Excellent.
gonna see Thaddeus drawing lines, then I'm gonna go ahead and use prestidigitation to start drawing lines nearby me in random shapes and colors. I don't realize that they're trying to ward off different parts of the dome. I think they're just drawing, so I want to take
Yeah.
part and
My
enjoy.
my own personal take from this is whatever that force inside me that saved the day has done some brain damage to me, and I just assume I'm hallucinating all of you doing this. It's both in character but strangely different. Like something's wrong. I'm beginning to question my sense of reality. So
It's arts and crafts time.
what in the fuck is going on?
I think Tim's
I
interpretation
started a diary.
of Chakolth's patron going Super Saiyan is just sort of like, yeah. Like, I think that's basic. I think Tim sort of had that coming for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, I've been feeding
I
it. I've been
draw
feeding
a
it the
very-
life force of the creatures we've killed for about 2 weeks now. Gotta think
Yeah,
it's gonna do
but
something
Tim's
with it.
like, Tim's being like 50-50 on whether the patron's going to kill him or kill the things that are attacking Chakolth. And he's happy that it killed the things which were attacking Chakolth. But
Yeah, you get lucky sometimes.
yeah.
I'm gonna start drawing Chakolth, like a scene of him doing his Super Saiyan ability, and I'm just gonna kind of show him floating and a bunch of little pew pews coming out of him, and then a bunch of little bad guys with X's for eyes. And then I'm gonna kind of wave over at him and point down at the drawing.
Dear diary. Life has been strange recently.
Okay,
I fear my teammates are insane, and I hope they don't try to eat me.
Okay, so you guys are doing all that, and then the owl goes and flies. So it's going to fly all the way down, and then come back and tell you.
Yeah. I'm not sure that familiars
How
are
long
allowed
do you rest for?
An hour.
an hour.
Okay, we'll say that's long enough then.
Okay.
You guys. So the owl comes out in this valley.
Okay.
So so if you look in the top right corner, that crevice, that crack,
Uh-huh.
that's like where the tunnel comes from the place that you are at right now.
Do we know where this is on the world
You
map?
can, the owl can see this. Do you see that giant tower?
Yeah.
That's the spire.
That's the spire.
So, in terms of on the world map,
I only see a tower. It doesn't look like a spire. We better go somewhere else.
Yep.
it's basically like yeah. So because that tower is the tower,
The tower's the spire.
because you guys have seen the spire as you've been walking around and stuff, so you know that that's what that is. So the valley is like kind of in that bit of the hills there. You can't really see it on this map, obviously, but that's where it is.
Well, now we know where we're not going. Okay.
There we go.
Perfect. Well, I'd like to rest. I'd like to take a little break, get off my feet, tend to my wounds.
That sounds nice. I have 3 hit dice left.
Yeah.
I know I have 4 hit dice.
I'm gonna be using mine too. I'm at 4. All right. Maybe we start.
Are we
rolling.
all using all of our hit
Yeah.
dice right now?
Okay. So I eat my level 1.
You
Okay.
eat your little one?
My level 1. I don't have little ones because I ate them already. So let's roll.
So just to be clear, are all of us using all of our hit dice right now?
I just did.
I'm
I
going
just
to be.
used all
Yep.
mine.
You don't have any like healing spells first, do you, Dolphin?
No, I got no spell slots right now.
That's a good amount.
I thought I'd keep it nice even number.
All right, I've got a fair. Let's see. There's what? You disgust me.
What's your intelligence roll for, Steven?
I made an intro?
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Way,
Is that
way,
Dolphin?
way back.
No, that
Oh,
was
oh.
me.
Dolphin, what's that for?
That was just for the prestidigitation drawing.
Oh, to see. Okay.
Yeah.
Whoops! I didn't mean to roll those 2. I might take them though. Shit. 18 more.
Yeah. Getting slightly lower on resources now. All right, and I don't have a level 3. Yep. Okay. Well, it's been a good hour. Feel better
So
about
that stays
ourselves.
there for 8 hours, right? You don't like dispel it. It's not like a concentration spell. It just stays there.
Yeah.
And you made it what color?
Air colored.
Dark blue.
Okay.
Actually, the same color as my token on Roll20. This like light bluish thing.
Alright.
Say that.
Yeah. A very natural color in a cavern of dark rock.
So I'll just start ritualing the next one 10 feet in front of us
Just-
and come back if we get attacked.
Yeah. Just move
We'll
it
sort of leapfrog.
slowly ahead every 10 minutes.
Yep.
I think
As all of us starve to death.
That's the that's the way I manage. That's the way I manage.
3 in the dome. Forgotten what it looks like outside the dome. There's no life but the dome.
That's the way I manage my turrets in StarCraft.
It's like that movie, The Cube. It's just the dome.
Next week's episode is just Tiny Hut and Friends.
Did you get voted out of the tiny hut? Is that like the continuation of this?
Just right at the
Tribal
last
council
minute.
music.
Right at the last minute, as it casts, give a shove to somebody. And,
Yeah.
Ooh! Outside the ring. Outside the ring.
They could just go into the 7 ones that were created in the previous 7 hours there and stand in there.
Yeah, are there a limited number of domes? Could we use this offensively and like
Say
wall? Does it say so? Let's wall in the spire with consecutive domes that we place in 10 minutes and last for 8 hours. And we just slowly compress inwards with them and they get crushed to death by the domes.
We need a party of 4 wizards so we can force multiplier.
That's right.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
a
like,
physical barrier. It stops spells, apparently. So, I guess. You guys want to make a... Anyway.
You know, actually, for plugging doorways, this thing would be great. just shove it into a doorway, cast the spell, and like, well, nobody's coming through there.
Yeah.
That's
Honestly,
legitimate.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
We can use this. Yeah, I don't know. My character has like 3 different things he can do to really mess up terrain now.
I
Well,
strongly
starting
suspect.
up.
Strongly suspect we're gonna start seeing dispel on our opponents here.
Dispel's the spell slot.
Yep. All right. Well,
Costs me time, so we can spend the time for that.
Yep.
Should open a door.
Have I?
So,
Oh,
Thaddeus.
dude, first door of the episode. Let's go.
hold
Open
on.
that door,
Oh,
Thaddeus.
I need to cast some spells first.
Ah,
Did you do water walking?
yes. I
Can I
linked it too,
tech-
just to signify it.
So-
I'm gonna start chanting door as
I can't remember when our last long rest was.
like 8 seconds ago.
like 2 seconds ago apparently. We
I think you
long
long
rested apparently
rested,
shortly
and
before
you came in.
the mega fight.
Yeah, you were in the
It was in
temple.
the temple, yeah.
Yep.
And since the temple, we've like walked around the south and done a big fight, basically,
Yeah, we had the big fight down there.
and
I-
done another short rest.
I mean, it's
I'm
gonna
pretty
be
sure.
awkward if we cast all these domes and you keep casting detect magic, because presumably the domes are magic.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
It's gonna be like-
just like before we start popping down doors. Here's my quick thought. I'm down with exploring. If we get in one more fight, we can't. I don't think we can handle much more than a small fight. Maybe like next mega fight destroys us. I would also like to get the hell out of here and spend some of that 5,000 gold we have at some point.
I don't know that we can
And then-
spend like 3 days outside of this area.
I guess if we're not going to do it now, then never
we're-
do it at any point, right?
Right.
I
All right. So I'm gonna eat some
blow up another town. Who even?
eat some
Yeah.
sorcery points and cast darkness on myself, and then
Man.
eat some more spell slots and get them back again. So
So like as an example, I could have put a tiny hut. I didn't do this, but I could have put it like here, blocking this. And if something nasty was in this room, we could have just run out and run through the tiny hut and run east.
yeah. Really, we want like a tiny tunnel system. Is that a next spell you could learn instead of tiny hut?
Yeah. What, can you upcast Tiny Hut to make it
Like a
slightly
larger hut? Yeah.
Oh, damn. Jinx.
Okay. All right. I'm ready. I'm ready to go now. I've cast darkness.
As we finished up last time, did we check all the bodies and mostly we
Yeah.
just got a pile of gold and bullshit beyond that?
I don't know. Did we? If we didn't, we
We
do
didn't,
that.
did we check the
I think so.
big fight?
Yeah.
There
that's
was
what
a
he's
guy
asking.
whose blade set on fire, and it seemed like it was his blade rather than one of his abilities.
Oh.
Was that a thing, Adam?
Yeah, it was a thing that happened. No one like questioned me on whether it was a spell or an ability or anything like that. So.
Oh, it seemed like. Okay.
We double check his
I'm
weapon.
not sure as a player, but it seemed like it might be his weapon. So did we look at his weapon? I have detect magic up right now. So
Yeah.
if I'm
So
in that area-
it's an ordinary weapon. It's not magical.
oh yeah,
so
so
you
it
can-
was just him using some sort of spell.
All right.
Yeah.
Do I know what sort of spell
Or
that was as a
it's
wizard?
more. It's more like not
Or an
us.
ability?
Yeah, like an innate ability rather than. a spell.
Okay, gotcha.
So you could presume that they've been taught that by working for this cult or something. Okay, I need a history roll from you, Kevin, based on dwarven knowledge.
Does anyone know what
This is your
that
moment.
tiny little? Oh, for goodness sakes!
Go on, you can ask.
I was
Kevin.
listening, Kevin.
Yeah.
Doesn't belong to me.
This is stonework or just plain
You
history?
can't squander your moment.
Stonework.
What?
This is what everything you always wanted.
It's his
Whichever
dwarf
one-
paladin.
Paladin.
Squander it. If
Nice!
you ever want... Wow.
Nice!
Squanderance.
But I do get to what's the stonework say? Fuck you.
I like how you just added in the guidance, like no problem.
Yeah.
I'll guide
What? There's guidance added?
you. Oh yeah, I know you're guided. You're super guided right now.
Yeah.
5
Would
plus
have
a
gotten a
minus
4
1.
instead of a 5 without guidance. So.
All right.
Um,
Roll.
He's aware
But,
it's
um,
stone and it's been worked.
we
Yeah.
add double your proficiency check. So I would add double 6 to that. I would be at 11.
Okay. So you can see there are you've got these gigantic stone doors which are covered in twin reliefs of dwarven gods. The first one portrays Doomathoin, the Keeper of Secrets, Under the Mountain. And the second one is Marthammer, Duin, the Watcher, the Finder of Trails. And you know that the Belsamir dwarves revered these gods as watchers over the dead. And then you want to open this door?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I just give it a quick
No.
shove.
No?
No.
No.
What do you mean no? Why not? It's no time to get.
This is a crypt, you fool. Let's leave it undisturbed. We can sanctify
You're telling
it.
me dwarven stonework, dwarven planning, city planning normally puts the crypt next to the city market? What do they sell their food next to the decomposing corpses of the rest of the dwarves? This seems unlikely to me.
Judge you.
Are
Why
you sure
would
you read this right, Thaddeus?
I want to
Don't
turn...
question me, you decaying, massive... Well, not entirely sure, no. But
Maybe we just get a little peek in, and if there's a lot of decaying corpses, we think about it a little bit longer.
I'm gonna point to Chakolth and say, he taught me it's okay to steal from corpses.
It
And
is?
I'm gonna shove on the door.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
So the door doesn't move because it's spiked shut from the outside. So you're going to have to manually remove these if you want.
Yeah, that seems clever.
Okay.
There'd be no reason to spike this shut. No danger inside.
seems to me that this is
We
a...
have 0 spell slots for Dolphin.
So my thought is he opens it because what do we need him for?
If you're just going to push it, you can make a strength roll if you want, Dolphin, and
Yeah.
see if you push it hard enough.
I
propel a
want to
spike out.
actually... I'm going to actually ritual a tiny house to our blocking.
No, I cast darkness already, so we don't have 10 minutes. I already cast darkness.
Oh my god.
You could have done it
We-
10 minutes ago. We've been fine.
We've got a tiny hut. It's sitting like 20 feet away from us.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can-
let's
you
run
can
in there.
You
We
can
already
see
got
some
it.
of the spikes like move a little bit, but like the door is very, very firmly shut.
Can I give him
Okay.
an aid? Can I help him with that?
Why are we opening this?
Because
Clearly
he's
Sure.
there's-
So what, does Chakolth like throw himself into the door as well? Or
No,
what? How
I
does this-
give him encouraging words.
Okay.
Roll strength at advantage.
No,
Well, I'll
Just-
only
that
make the
won't,
one
you won't get
effort.
advantage from just words.
I
Put your
feel
back
like
into it, Dolphin.
Now that I didn't
Breathe
successfully
with
do it
me.
on the first
Deep
try, I'm
breaths.
just awkwardly standing right next to Thaddeus. I'm just like not trying again. I'm just kind of like not trying to stir confrontation.
Looks
I've-
like Thaddeus
I've-
walked off.
I'm praying to Morden. All Father, protect me from the fools with whom I travel. May the death they bring upon us still honor you.
Oh, these spikes would be great for my store. Dolphidius, give me a hand with this. I need to put this in my pack.
Thaddeus, think I need to knock? Do you normally, as part of the crypt entering ritual of dwarven kind, knocking?
I refuse to participate in this nonsense, although I will likely save you when it goes awry.
What's the knock sequence? 3 loud ones followed by an even louder one?
Tinder Strike makes it so I can speak Ignan fluently. Which I assume means, like, you know how sometimes when somebody's fluent in language, they'll come downstairs for breakfast and like start speaking the wrong language just without even thinking about it. Tim's just gonna accidentally start speaking Ignan now as he starts to
So-
pry the spikes away from the doors to open the doors to this crypt.
So this language is a series of sharp clicks and hisses. So could you describe the sounds that you make as you're doing that?
Sharp. His mic's come unplugged. We'll get it fixed in a moment.
So Dolphidius, Bereatim asks you to help him remove these spikes.
Mm-hmm.
And as he's asking that sentence that's coming out, he begins to like merge into this other language.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, I need to
I
insight
react totally normally. I imagine I'm misunderstanding something.
Right. You're like, yep, sure,
Yeah.
perfect.
I
I'll
do
get
my
this
best to
right
show
away.
that I'm not, it's not phasing me because I don't want to appear that I'm messing something up.
And what are you inciting?
I just trying to make sure I understood. I thought maybe for a moment he was being taken over by some sort of demon and needed to be killed, but I've seen that he's just being normal. So
Well, you know what Ignan is as well. Yeah.
yeah, I think I might even know it. Do I know it?
Okay, so if Bereatim's helping you, if Bereatim's getting you to help him remove the spikes, I guess we can have you roll, Steve.
Is
Why
Ignan?
am I getting guidance automatically?
Because you haven't
that
clicked.
I think you can turn it off. It's under.
We took
I think Filthy taught you how to
turn it on last time.
Yeah.
Well, but it's not showing in my.
Is Primordial is Ignan a subset of Primordial?
Yes.
Okay, I know Primordial as one of my languages, so I understand Tim entirely.
Language family Primordial. Yep.
Okay.
So you can have 4, worthwhile spikes after you pull them out, and they're still usable, Steve. And then the rest seem to just like break apart as you take them out. But you can now probably open the door. You might still need a bit of a push because it's gigantic and heavy and stone, but it's now openable.
Yeah.
I stand out of the way of the door.
During this process, I walked over and bugged Thaddeus like 4 times about it, because normally he's the expert on door opening, and I just like went over for a consultation, asked if I could borrow his crowbar, was like, "Are you sure? Do we just
No, you have to open the door in 10 minutes. I cast darkness. Get to it. I'm gonna go have a conversation over there.
No. These were quick conversations. Took about 8 seconds each time, and I didn't space them. It was like a 1-second space in between. It was really
Each one
obnoxious.
was an action. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
All right.
Some bonus actions.
Yeah. One was a free action.
I gesture to Chakolth to be like to open the door. I can't see him, but I just gesture where I think he is. It never strikes me that he can't see me because we're all in darkness.
I can see through my darkness, so I'll just open it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, la-di-da.
Yeah. You got to be fancy to do that for sure. Open the door, Kevin. Or excuse me.
Is that an
Kevin.
effect of a
Adam.
spell or something else you have of like dark sight or something like that?
It's something like that, yeah. Warlock stuff.
Oh, warlock stuff. Okay.
Okay, so you're opening the door?
Yeah.
I assume Kevin just
Sorcerer
was
stuff,
coming
actually,
with us
sorry.
for the next part of the adventure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tetris.
Nice.
So beyond the doors, the floor declines to the western side, toward the chasm that you guys passed earlier. You see tombs and crypts of dwarves sprawl out like a city in front of you. They're quite, small, obviously being dwarven. You can also see a bunch of like corpses on the floor of what looks like potentially dead previous adventurers.
Oh,
So there's like equipment, bags.
So it's kind of like in Dark Souls where you see like the blood splat. You see how they died.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
You could think of it that way. Yeah. So there's like maybe
There's a lot of people opening dwarven tombs.
You can see like maybe 8 or 9 or 10 of these bodies. They're obviously very old.
Sure.
And
You think old age?
decaying.
That's what you're trying to tell us. They may have died of old age.
Well, right now you're not.
Like an elephant graveyard. They just like came here to die. More than died while they're here.
If someone wants to go in and look at them,
That's pretty common. In fact, I'm feeling an urge to walk in there and fall over dead myself.
Yeah, right.
I still have detect magic up. Do I see any magic on any of them? Or in the room?
Or in the room. Okay.
Yeah, these adventurers beached themselves and then died of old age here. Pretty much what happened.
No, there's nothing magical.
I'm
within.
going to use my divine sense, please.
Right.
Not divine smite, because the only person I have to hit is Chakolth. There you go, divine sense.
This is a lot.
I can read Thaddeus like an open book, so I just know everything he knows from that right now.
So any undead within 60 feet of me that isn't behind total cover, and whether or not it's hallowed or desecrated is.
Yeah, this place is
It's one of those.
the tombs and crypts are like individually consecrated.
And do I detect any undead within 60 feet?
So basically, your exact sight radius, you have an ability that lets you see within your own sight radius, but not around hard cover if something is there. That ability does seem useful. What do my eyes tell me? Do I get basically the same report? Because my eyes are 120 feet, like twice the length of that.
You want to roll perception?
Sure. Is this if my eyes are working today or not?
Or what are you specifically looking for?
Undead.
Well, you see 10 corpses.
Are they undead?
You stood at a door, so They're not moving and doing anything.
I believe there are undead within. I can sense their presence.
So I rolled a natural 20 on the insight when Thaddeus was doing that. Do I also sense through Thaddeus's body language that he senses the undead?
How do you react when you sense this, Kevin?
I grab my hammer and clench it in both my fists and
I'm narrating in real time. I'm like, ooh, Thaddeus is a little gassy. No, that's undead. That's undead. I've seen that anytime. That body posture is 100% undead. Looks like Thaddeus is scented undead.
If that's how it goes, that's fun. Yeah.
How many undead, Thaddeus?
10.
More than a handful, less than 2 handfuls. They're moving about. I'd guess 8 to 10.
And we haven't mentioned this before, but Thaddeus has a weird deformity. His hands are not equal size. One is much greater than the other. His right hand, in fact.
It's 7 and 3, and that makes me hold my hammer better. No.
So, like, when he says 2 handfuls, it could be literally anything. Like, makes no sense at all. Like, it depends which hands he's using. Like,
does he mean that he's, like, holding the undead in his hand?
they're tiny undead. We should put them in a tiny hut and just forget about them.
Well, are we gonna kill them or talk to them or leave? We're gonna kill them.
Talk to undead?
Right?
I don't even think they can speak.
I'm going to Blade Song and Greater Invisibility.
Why aren't we just sealing them in and bringing warriors to deal with this?
Can I, Thaddeus, would you mind taking a few steps in just to see if the area is safe?
I will not.
Thaddeus!
I know what you're...
Thaddeus, there could be creatures in this room or in rooms adjacent to this room that we won't know they're there unless we scout them.
What sort of idiocy is this? Of course,
Thaddeus, there's a corner. You're going to have to look around it.
I have Destroy Undead. Let's take him out.
Oh, we found a fight he has resources for. We're fine.
We're fine.
Is that a spell?
I have Short Rest. So if they're challenge rating
It's a
1 or
song.
2, I can... Oh no, 1/2 or lower.
We'll see. Maybe their challenge rating is under a half. Whatever that is.
Maybe.
Maybe they're undead rats or toads. That would
The
be
good news
fun.
is I
I'm
have
going
a
to
turn
jump
undead,
over
so I can
Thaddeus's
make
head
him
and walk into this
run
room.
away from
Good.
us.
Perfect. Okay,
I
so
want to stand on his head as I run in. Like,
yeah, I give him a boost with my 2 hands to help him like kind of like vault up onto the dwarf.
Did you just leapfrog me?
I accidentally kick him pretty hard in the head, but I didn't really mean to, and I feel bad.
All right. I don't want to break this up because this seems like this could only go well from here. We do need to take a break here. It's too bad. I don't want to lose the momentum of the excellent planning that we've spent setting up for this. So, but we do have to take a break. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you shortly.